Daily toast time. How y'all doing out there? Alright, we about to go and launch it. I'm launching off everything. Alright, we streaming. Chat is open. The black signal has went out. It's time for us to get busy. Family, first off, I need to let y'all know we got Warrior training this afternoon, starting at 2 p.m. Of course, we're going to start it off with the meeting about the Malcolm X Fest and the next G&J Mall. Then we're going to get into our stuff. We got a trip coming up next, Nia. We are going to Detroit. Yes, family, we are going to Detroit, and we still have room on the bus. I think it's only $50. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be eating. We doing laser tag. We inviting the family to come out. Got us a nice luxury bus. We rolling. Don't let the few of us enjoy these luxuries. Y'all come on out and kick it with your family. You know what I'm saying? Send your young people. Come yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is a time for us to build. But, I have to let you know, you are now listening. My fault. You have joined the congregation of the mighty, where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm glad you up on point this morning. Anime up on point this morning. Right? This is a heart. Hey, close that basement door. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Johnny. This is a Heart of a Simple production, and this is the Daily Toast. Is Gina in the tub? Gina, you in the tub? And we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Come on, drink some water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath, drink. Or should I say, breathe in, drink. Oh, there. Now grab a bottle of that water. Grab your glass for that water. Put the cap off that water. Lift it for your water. Drink. Oh, should I say, live for big. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Drink. Whoa. Oh, should I say? Move. Yeah, drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Raise, toast, then drink. Now, take your breath and drink some water. Lift it for yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, move, pour, drink. That's that totally up. Drink your water. We did it. 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 Man, 50 ounces. Man. Knocked it out like a champ. Good God Almighty. Now I need to open up the lines. I forgot I need to open up the lines. We're going to do our toast. And of course we're going to be able to have our toast and talk. I'm not going to be able to stick around too long because me and my kids, we got, my fault. Me and my children, we got to get up. We got to get out of here. Got to pick up my nephew. We got to, but we got a lot to talk about. Shouts out to Miss Kim Carr as well. She out there. Let's see. Let me see. I need to go and open up these lines. Don't call in yet. Let's do the toast first. Because you know the toast is pretty long. Got a lot of names. We are blessed with a lot of names. I remember when we only had 5 names. My fault. We always had more than 5 names. I'm not going to, can't tell that lie. But I remember when we had, where the names would only take us about a minute to read. And I am so grateful to the family for, like I said, coming through and their ancestors, right? I can dig that. So now, we off.
You are the first participant on the Super Conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
So we got a few things that we're going to talk about. I mean, I got the article from Talib Kweli. We could talk about that. We got how the wealthy South bounced back. You know what I'm saying? How, you know, we need to go and look at that a little bit. You know, we got the newsletter, some stuff in there that we might need to discuss. Sasha, go take your bath. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey.
Daddy.
Hey, this ain't discussion time. Put that, I don't even know why you eating that right now. My wife make this caramel candy, and no. Put it up. Put it up.
Gina, where's the bag? Why are you asking me? I'm not.
Get up, girl. Real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Something you gonna make me have to go and get a charge on Facebook? Bath time, lady. All right, so we got to get ready to get up out of here. Like I said, today we got warrior training. We got to get prepared for the Malcolm X Festival coming up on May 25th. We also have our next mall day was Market Day, but we got our next G&J Mall popping up on the 27th of this month. So we got to do some planning. We got a whole lot of stuff to do. We got to put the meat on the bones for the Malcolm X Festival. We need to be hitting hard for the fundraiser for the Malcolm X Festival, because, you know, we got to raise all those funds. We got to secure the artists before we really start advertising heavy. Thank you, Sasha. I appreciate that. You can put the candy on the table right there, right? You go upstairs, take your bath, okay? Gina, make sure you put on lotion, brush your teeth and stuff, okay? All right. So, but anyway, then next week we have the trip to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So family, you know, like I said, y'all need to come on out and join the family, right? Because we up here, we building, we're trying to do it, you know. And it's kind of hard, you know, but, you know, but actually it's not really hard, because through the support that y'all have been giving, you know what I'm saying, those dedicated members of Gye-Nyame and the family of Tawi, and like I said, all of the tribe. Right? You know what I'm saying? We've been able to do a lot of stuff this year. You know what I'm saying? We're going to continue building. And like I said, 2023 family, we shooting for at least 3 seats. 3 seats on the city council. Well, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get it. There's nothing stopping us, right? Nothing stopping us. Hell, then what happens after we show that we can get 3 seats on the city council? Sky is the limit. Just trying to let y'all know. You know, we ain't playing here at Gye-Nyame. It don't look like it's a lot of people. I know it's Kuumba morning. You know, a lot of y'all getting over y'all partying. Last night I went to an event at the Afrocentric School, and it was a beautiful event. It was a Sankofa event. I didn't bring the flyer. I left that. But one of the things that I was able to get from the school, because they was giving away some books. So, you know, I got a whole bunch of, some nice books. Some books by how to Keep My Booty. They had The Covenant by Tavis Smiley. Got those books. And, I sit in the car. I say, dude, I got a gift for Cleve. So I tell Cleve, I wake him up. I tell him this morning, I say, I got a gift for you, man. He say, what gift? I say, man, I got you a library. Yeah, he wasn't very excited about that. But he got a library. You know what I'm saying? He got a library. So, congratulations, Cleve. Got your first step to greatness. You got yourself a library. Alright, so now, without any further ado, we lift up our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on. Where we moving to, Brother High-Ten? Well, the point we're moving to is, we're moving to our ancestors, our illustrious ancestors, those upon whose shoulders we stand, right? A lot of people come from a family tree, but those of us of Gye-Nyame, we come from a family pyramid, and we just happen to be at the top of the pyramid, unless we got children. So now I'm the foundation for some other. I got a question, man. My kids is interfering with my dreaming. They're interceding on my dream space. I'm in dream time, doing my thing, living my dreams, and my kids come in saying, it's time to go. Should I just ignore it? B, should I beat them in real life for interfering in my dream time? Or C, should I put on a dream disguise and continue doing some of the stuff that I enjoy doing in my dreams? Just saying. Alright, back to the ancestors. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Kristen Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Pat Mott Ra, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brufro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Hayes, Grace Lundy, Inez Hayes, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter brother, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kill Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Cleveland. Come in for a second. Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr. In those books, is there a little purple book that says Sankofa? If that's in there, bring it here. Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weller, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Augusta Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keishla Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy. Man, stop playing.
I'm not playing. I put them all in my bed.
Did you get all the books out the car?
Yeah. I'll go check again.
Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keishla Reese. I know I read that already. Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Harriet Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Deion Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Vester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen Ohio, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilimon Aries, Gina Rube Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, yeah. So I wonder what other books you left in there.
I don't know.
Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark. Where you put them in your room?
On my bed.
Huh?
They're on my bed right now.
Why don't you put them on the book thing? That thing that you got all that junk stacked on? That's a book holder. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, Leon Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Ann Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanella, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erskine Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Herbin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekomaha Reed Jr., John Reed, John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Masery Coper, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Shouts out to Miss Aisha Essex as well. Shouts out to Miss Kim Carswell. And we move to the Black List, the Black Book. Here we go. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair. Anthony Brown. We got Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher. We got Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkins, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Hassan, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, two of my great-grandparents. I just discovered what my mom just let me know about. I guess I just discovered them, right? Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols. Shots out. We raise our glass. We salute those ancestors. Family, lift up the glasses and we all say together, Ashe. Man, our tribe is growing. Our tribe is growing. Our tribe is growing. All right, from there, family, we salute this moment right now where we are in this thing called time. We are on Kuumba. My fault, great Kuumba to each and every last one of you. We are in Kuumba. I ask you to activate those reticular formations, and we're going to seek out Kuumba. And it happens in our community more than singing and dancing and sports. It's a lot of creativity. Like last night, I'm going to go through the program I went to last night. A lot of creativity. Well, it was a lot of dancing. But it was still a lot of creativity. So, okay. For those that don't know, Kuumba means creativity. Order is the demonic principle of the day. Color is orange. Can't find my orange shirt. My orange shirt has been abducted. Cause and effect is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwame. Kwame is your day. Female name is Amma. Amma is your day. We raise our glass to all those Kwames and Ammas out there. All right, and we say, of course, knowing that in this moment, we are holding the pact with our past or our ancestors and a pact with our future generations. We will never forget our ancestors. We glean from their wisdom. We learn from what they left us. We use it right now in this time. We create new stuff and we develop a foundation upon which our future generations could stand upon. Man, it's great being alive. We lift up our glass in this moment. We salute this moment. We say Ashe. We move to our future generations for whom we are building. And we salute them in advance, the young ones as well as those yet to be born. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on to all of our relations and we toast them. All of them. And we say Ashe. Family. From there, we move and I lift the glass up for you. This is that selfish moment. What is it that you need? What is it that you need right now in this moment to live the life that you need to live? Right? To be the greatest in this moment. I ain't talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about right now. What is it that you need right now in this moment? We lift our glass and we say, Ashe to whatever that is. And family, right now, I toast the most magnificent, beautiful, powerful, uplifting, outstanding, unifying individual in the room. And you know what that is? That's you. I toast you and I say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And we drink up. Ooh, taking a sip. It's maturing. I got to put that in the bottle. Ooh, man. All right, so, family, remember we have the mall coming up April 27th. Get your booth. I have people buying booths since April 1st. So the word is getting out. We are growing. And we already got a staple of people. You know what I'm saying? We got the foundation vendors already got their spots. So y'all need to really, because we about to fill up that building. I'm just gonna let y'all know it's coming. It's coming. So be ready for it. Those that did not get to see the newsletter, I got almost all the vendors interviews in the newsletter. Right? We bringing the newsletter out. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Because until I get it to a point where we got the riders and stuff. Can't. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be free for now. One day you're going to have to go and make some donations to the Gye-Nyame journey to get that. But hey, here we go. So I was at the Columbus Afrocentric Early College, and they had a Sankofa event. I was invited by my Elder West, Elder Tony and Aziza West, and they were receiving an award. All the stuff that popped off was great. Urban Strings was there. Them young people, man, oh my God. They played out there and they was playing some jazz and it was nice. And they was giving away awards. So let's go on down to awardees. Legacy honoree was Bishop Timothy Clark. And he did a great talk with the family last night. Quinn Capers, MD, received an award. We got Keeper of the Culture, Ann B. Walker, received the award. Keeper of the Culture, Tony and Aziza West. Shots out. Wait, where is it at? That's Village right there. That's Tribe right there. Elder Tony and Elder Aziza West received the award last night. Emerging leaders, we had Laurel Beatty Blunt. We had Susan Bradford Kumta. Shouts out. That's Tribe right there. Come on. We had Nicole Carter. We had Roy Hall. We had Chanel A. Jones, PhD. We had Deandra Mall. This is the emerging leaders, and we still Sean Walton, Esquire. Acknowledges, we had Vanessa L. Bowers. Family, to see the young people get out there and do their thing. Okay, then they also saluted their distinguished alumni from the Columbus Afrocentric Early College, Crystal Vincent and Christopher Harway Jr. Family, it was a beautiful event. The young people came out. They did their performances. They turned out. I was like, man, I'm sitting up there like, I'm looking at it from another school perspective like, See, that's how you get better, right? You be like, yeah, I'm watching. I'm not playing. I'm sitting up there. I'm taking notes. I'm watching. Like, what? They did what? Gotta talk. Pull my brother to the side. Be like, yo, they was doing this. They're doing that. We got to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Walked around the building. They got K preschool all the way to high school, right? Then they got a sports facility, big old football. They got like blocks. And I'm sitting up here like, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? You got to peep the competition. That's how you get better, right? So it's like doom, you know. So I already knew when Taiwan walked in what was up, because he started looking around, you know. So I started, you know, I'm trying to make sure. I know he was seeing stuff, but I'm pointing stuff out. Like I said, you see those jet pillars there, you know, they trying to make this look like a Egyptian tomb. You see that? You see the principles on the side of the building? See that goddamn sports facility? Man, you see this shit? We had to sneak through the building, like, you know, like spying and shit. Because I'm like, yo, you know, not in my city. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Afrocentric. But hey, we own you now. You should have never let me in your building. Shouts out to Sister Regina. Is it too much to say that I got a Sankofa Award the inaugural year? I'm so proud of it, and I love to see the powerful cohorts each year. I never knew about the Sankofa Award. Shouts out to Miss Regina. She said she got one. But this was what? The inaugural year. I don't know what year that was. What year is this one? Because that's the first year. But hey. Woo! Ambrosia. Man. And it's dry. Clean up my damn nose. Man. Hey, but family, now, lines are open 614-556-4535. We can have a conversation. If not, we can save some more for tomorrow, because y'all know I got a lot of running. I got to go get some buckets, because Cleve going to be, I'm trying to talk Cleve into, I don't understand, right? I be like, Cleve, is a science fair coming up. You know you've been helping me with this ambrosia. You know, I mean, like, you know, it would be kind of smart to use some of the tools that your dad is doing and use fermenting as a science project, right? You know, I mean, you know, you could use a SCOBY. I can give you a piece of a SCOBY. I'm going to hook this up. Just give me your vision. I'm not doing the shit for you, but I'm just letting you know. You got all this popping off. 2017, my category was outreach and development. I don't usually mention awards, but so proud of this one. You're supposed to mention your awards. Man, all right. Hold on. So the lines are open, 614-556-4535. But I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. But I'm going to do it today. I know some people are like, no, brother, I tell don't do it. Don't do it, brother. I tell don't do it. But my man Talib Kweli, why? Wrote an article, I think in the Medium. Yes, the Medium. And he say, why? Hashtag ADOS is trash. Receipts attached. Kweli. Why'd you do it, man? Why you do it? You didn't have to do it. This is one of my favorite lists, man. No. Why'd you do it? You could have just been mad. No, you had to write it down, and you got bad timing. This article dropped right after Cornel West got up and just basically just put the stamp of approval on that shit. It's like, pow! And you just come out with this shit. Kweli, why? No! You nigga, no. No! Okay, did you put on lotion, baby? Why are you always doing other stuff? Just put on the lotion. Go on. We dark-skinned people. We can't be walking. Put on some shade. We can't do it.
I'm going.
Alright? This is not Africa. We don't. This cold air and stuff, it makes us. Come on now. Before you start looking like a corpse. Alright, so. So here we go, family. Here we go. Once again, I got the lines open if anybody want to call in. I don't really want to, but I got to, family, because it's important that we understand that even whether it's knowing damn, Ambrosia. I'm loving you. Damn. All right, here we go. Listen. Whether knowing or unknowing, ADOS is going to be attacked. And we have to understand this. The whole idea is going to be attacked. The whole... See, family, when you give an identity that is beginning to stick, this identity is beginning to stick, right? And people are getting into it and they have a fervor for it. You have to understand that when you come out against it, people going to come out against you because this identity is explaining stuff to people, giving them an explanation for what's going on in their life. I don't see why people don't understand this. I don't see why Pan-African people that's saying that we got beef, or people that's claiming ADOS got beef. I don't see why people don't understand this. Can you close that, please? Are you getting ready?
Yeah.
All right. I don't understand why people can't understand. It's not hard. It's not really hard to see. So when you attack that piece, you attack those individuals, right? Even if they don't necessarily totally agree with everything that Tone Talks or Yvette Carnell say. See, we got to understand that this is growing. This is growing beyond any individuals. And you're going to have different people coming out with different stuff. Like me, I don't understand the beef with the Pan-African. I don't understand how people from the Caribbean and people from Africa can't understand how this will affect them in the long run. I don't see how you can't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I can't, and it's like, wow, maybe I don't know. Because I know what I would do with some money. I know what I would do with some reparations, right? One of the first things is I'm traveling. See, because it's certain parts of the world that I haven't been to yet. I want to see. You know what I'm saying? I want to live that American life and be able to get up and travel. And this summer, me and my kids, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go check out Senegal. Well, this summer, well, of course, they got family in Ghana, so I want them to spend some time with their family in Ghana. But then after that, we're going to Senegal, and then, maybe we'll stop in to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? I want them to see all of America. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how people don't see how black folks in America getting their due will benefit. But then, of course, you're going to have knowing agents and you're going to have unknowing agents. You're going to have some people that's just upset and butthurt and they're going to have to respond to some shit. And I understand. Because it's kind of hard when because I see how it felt just to have one troll. I couldn't imagine having 2,000 trolls coming at me. Just talking shit. They don't know nothing I did or anything. I couldn't imagine how I would react. And I could understand Talib's piece right here. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand how is he so disconnected that he can't see the benefits from this and just kind of stand down and pick up pieces of the argument and, you know what I'm saying? But to come out and just say why ADOS is trash and you got receipts attached. Come on, man. Because a lot of, family, because like I said, man, movements are movements, and movements outgrow people. Now, Yvette Carnell, Tone Talks, created the hashtag. Got it. Laid the identity out. Got it. Laid out the stats and all that shit. But you're going to have other people coming in as well that's going to be adding flavors to it, right? But at this point in time, it's not. I don't think it's very wise to just run up and be attacking those two right now. I'm just saying, because they brought some shit. And I know people like, well, we've been fighting for reparations for a long time, but they brought the fire, right? They brought they brought ammo. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm able to shut motherfuckers up. And talking about reparations before, you'll never get it. Or a motherfucker be like, why should America give you? Didn't we free you? Slavery's over. It don't affect you now. Tone and Yvette brought the goddamn stats where I'm leaving motherfuckers shell shocked. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Just the conversations that you able to have after these two young people brought this shit out and pushed it so hard and pushed it with an energy that was needed. And this is what we have to understand as older people, right? I'm older people now, right? Damn. Never thought I'd say that shit. Damn, I'm older people. As older people, we got to understand that young people are going to bring a fire to some of the stuff that we do, and we're used to doing it a certain way, and they're going to be able to look at it from a different angle, and we have to be able to let the baton go. Niggas, let the baton go. Stop trying to box in our young people. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard. I know you used to doing shit a certain way. You took it as far as you can. Now, let somebody else finish the race. I'm tired. See, because what we get. You over there writing, Sasha? Okay. We get people who get so used to being in certain positions and living certain lifestyles from the work that they were doing that they become threatened when young people come in. How young people supposed to come in? Young people, some of them going to come in and be humble and work with you, but some of them going to come in challenging for the throne. That's how it's supposed to happen. Stop being insulted and being butthurt by that shit. And this is what these two young people did. And on top of that, they brought an identity that helped make the world make sense for a lot of people. People couldn't understand. Damn, I'm getting up working every goddamn day, but yet and still, my life is still in shambles. I don't understand why. And they start presenting these stats. And they start working with some of these economists and making sense of this shit in a way that nobody has. So give them their props, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go on to Talib. Talib, why? 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 Damn. And I like this dude. Alright, so I'm going to go and read through this. And I'm like, and I know a lot of y'all heard it already because, and it's some other shit I have to address. Family, please understand that in all the stuff that we need for our people, that we need to be getting out here and getting, we are going to make enemies. We are going to hurt some feelings. And we are not going to be liked. And people are going to be uncomfortable when we come up into a room. Please understand that. We need to get beyond wanting to like and satisfy everybody. That gets us nowhere. We done did that. That time is over. People cannot, no. You can't just look at our shit and group it in with everybody else. No, that shit's not happening. We can't allow it to happen no more. Now, when you tell me that by 2053, if things continue as the math teacher in our circle say, if things continue in the way that they are right now by 2053, there will be no black wealth. What? And I need y'all really to understand and allow that to soak in. there will be no wealth. If the trend continues as it is going right now, there will be no black wealth. We control less than 3% of the wealth, not the salaries, goddammit, because some of y'all get salaries and wealth mixed up. Some of y'all get credit and wealth mixed up. Let me say that again. Some of y'all get salary and wealth mixed up. Some of y'all get credit and wealth mixed up. They're not the same. They're not the same. We control less than 3% of the wealth of this country. 3%.
This call is being recorded.
That's slavery time shit, family. Somebody's calling in. Please be on topic. Who is it? How you doing? Welcome.
Kwame.
What's up, brother Kwame? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to kind of correct your statement.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, if the current trends continue, the median black wealth will be zero. What that means is that if you were to take the wealth of every family in the United States, particularly of the ADOS or ADOS, and arrange them from smallest to largest, and then find the median income, that would be zero. So what that means is that, yes, there will still be black people who have wealth, but most of them won't.
So 50% will be below zero or below,
yes,
and 50% will be zero and above.
Well, basically, it's 50% will be below and 50% will be above zero. So half your families will have no wealth.
None. And family, what do you think?
And in fact, it's even stronger than that. Half your families will be less. Well, in other words, half your families will be owing. Because it's the idea is that when you have less than wealth, then all you're doing is paying out.
Is that the destiny that y'all want for y'all children? That's 1 out of 2.
All right, I'm listening.
That's 1 out of 2. Now that's our family mathematician. I often get numbers wrong. I'm confused on that shit. And Kwame, did you hang up?
No, not yet.
I got another conundrum, man. This kind of off point. Excuse me, family. But Kwame, I'm looking at this exponential growth shit, and and once again I ask, because I'm confused again, maybe you straightened me out last time. If the farther I go back in my history, the more people it took to create me, how is it? How's it? It's difficult to phrase. Do you understand my question? I mean, maybe you understand my question. It's difficult to frame it.
What I understand you to be asking is that if I go back so many generations, that would be the number of people it took to create me would be more than there would be in the world.
Right now. Right. Don't you hate when the mathematicians and motherfucking scientists be laughing at you and shit? Because this is now y'all got to understand these type of questions. Actually, when people are invest their whole life into these type of studies, drive motherfuckers crazy. He still ain't answered. Now, for those that don't understand, in Gye-Nyame, we don't necessarily talk about family trees. We talk about family pyramids. Now, What do you mean, Brother Hatim, by a family pyramid? You are at the apex of your family pyramid. It took 2 blocks or 2 people to build that you stand upon, and then there's 4 blocks below them, and then that 4 goes to 8, and then 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64, 64 to 128, 128 to 256, 256 to 512, 512 to 1024, 1024 to 248, no, 2048, 2048 goes to 4096, 4096.
Yep.
And on and on and on. The question I'm asking is, if we go down, and if I go just 20 generations, that's over a couple of million people. If I go to 30, that's more people that's on the planet right now. So the question I'm asking is, if that's the way that the family trees work, or the family pyramid works, or that the logic flows, how is it? I don't even know how to frame the goddamn question. I need to sit down. I need to write the question out because I just confused myself. But Kwame, you got to grasp my question.
Yeah, and I mean, if you consider that you have a group of individuals, because at least according to the anthropological record, you had different primates who were able to mate with each other and not necessarily belonging to the same species, as it were.
Gina!
And so you could have a Neanderthal mating with, I'm not real good on the anthropology, so someone might want to call in to help out in this area. But you'd have like a Homo sapien mating with a Homo habilis, and even though they're in the same line, there are distinct differences between the two. And so you get something like a Neanderthal who's able to mate with, somebody like coming out of Africa. And if they were saying that they came out of Africa as Homo sapiens, then, you'd have Homo sapiens mating with Neanderthals. And so, you get different things like that going on. But considering all that, even then,
it still don't make
you
sense.
had, shall we say, intermingling in some cases, or interfamilial
relations.
Mates going on.
So somebody was doing
I mean, that's the gist of it, and but there's other anthropological, what's the word I'm looking for? Archaeological things that come into play that I don't necessarily explain, because you have what's referred to as bottlenecking that occur, and that's when there's areas in the geological chart where something happens where there's a severe decrease in the population of the world, and particularly in that Africa, Middle East area, where the number of people are decreased substantially. And some claim that it was decreased substantially to the point where they think there may have only been maybe 10,000 people from that. And so if you imagine within those 10,000 people, you know, the number of interminglings that had to go on in order to repopulate that area, you know, you start to get a lot of crossover.
Ew, stop. Okay. But I mean, so it's like, okay.
No,
so we might have had one dude. We might have had one dude with a gang of women pregnant.
Yeah, but you know, I think we have some people who, you know, who like anthropology, and so they may be able to speak, you know, more intelligently on what I'm talking about. I mean, I have an idea of what I'm talking about. I mean, I know about the bottlenecking and stuff like that, but they can put it to a particular time, and or you know, and again, this is all. I guess what I'm trying to say is that they would be able to explain it more cogently.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get back on Talib. Why? Back on Talib. Talib. Why? All right, here we go.
Hey, look.
Go ahead.
Hey, you remember when Sammy Davis Jr. was asked, you know, these people don't like you and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
Why you want to go, you know, be with them? You remember what his answer was, right?
No. What was his answer?
Because I can.
Talib. Why, man? Here we go. This article is not that long, so I'm going to read through it, then we're going to get up out of here. I see Sister Kim trying to call in. Lines open 614-556-4535. Once again, 614-556-4535. In January 2018, Steve Bannon, the architect of the Breitbart.com's alt-right rise to Trump White House, a man who told a gathering of white nationalists of France to wear the title of racist as a badge of honor, was fired from his job at Sirius XM after Jewish actor Seth Rogen canceled Sirius XM appearances in protest of Bannon's hateful rhetoric. Many of Sirius XM's hosts of color, including Reverend Mark Thompson, who hosts a show on Sirius XM called Make It Plain, were very vocal in their opposition to Sirius XM's decision to give Steve Bannon a platform. Today, Mark Thompson's job at Sirius XM seems to be in question due to physical altercation he had in Newark. When I look at the details of the events leading up to the altercation, it seems to me that Sirius XM may be in danger of making the wrong decision again. Let me back up. So this is, he kind of, I kind of got lost. I had to read this one 3 times. You know what I'm saying? What the hell this got to do with ADOS being trashed? But the dude he talking about in the second part of this is the dude, Reverend Mark Thompson, is the light-skinned dude that was talking about the reparations piece and how he's been involved with the reparations piece for a long time, and you know, these young bucks basically don't know what they're doing. One of those that don't want to, in a sense, let the goddamn baton go. Support, let the baton go. But then he mixes in Steve Bannon. So now, what we got going on right now is some mind fuckery. So please, be alert. Hold on. I need, wait, hold on. Where is my spiritual animal at? Where you at? There you go. Be alert. Fuckery is on the loose. Fuckery is on rampage. Please. Guard your ears. Fuckery is afoot. Alright, I just need to let y'all know that's the fuckery alert. We're about to get into some deep This is some higher level fuckery because this dude is a wordsmith, right? But then sometimes I got to wonder, do something. I don't, and it ain't because I have no doubt about his intelligence, but sometimes I have to look back and be like, yo, did this person really write this shit? Because he throwing Steve Bannon in there. We got an article about ADOS and the XM piece and, starting off with Reverend Mark Thompson. The fuck type of agenda you got here, my friend? All right, let's go. So you have been warned. All right, let me back up. The Reverend Mark Thompson has been a leading activist journalist in the black community for over 25 years. His show, Make It Plain, which was the only show of its kind to address black issues nationally for years, was the first talk show on Sirius XM, premiering back in 2001. He used this show to broadcast live from Occupy Wall Street, and he has been on remote wherever ground zero for the movement was, from Stanford, Florida to Ferguson, Missouri. He's been arrested for protesting on behalf of the people, and he joined Dick Gregory, Maxine Waters, and journalist Gary Webb in exposing the CIA's role in the crack cocaine epidemic. This brother has certainly paid his due, so maybe your article should have been about that dude. And then you could have tied, maybe you... All right, maybe the article should have been about that dude. I'm just saying, right? Mark Thompson sounds like a good dude. I feel you. He's being unjustly attacked. All right, cool. Why not ADOS? I don't understand. Why you fucking with my Twitter? Or something like that. But ADOS, you trash? I got receipts. Come on, bring the receipts. Let's keep it moving. All right, so this dude has been doing some work in the community. I feel you. But listen to me. Right now, why all of a sudden? Because I never heard of the dude. But who am I to question his work? That's like somebody coming up on me question what the fuck I'm doing. Who am I to question his work? I don't question his work. There's many of us who subscribe to this ADOS idea that are not doing the fucked up shit that you are experiencing. So, I hear you. All right, Reverend Mark Thompson, and he been standing up. But I did see an interview with this dude. He say he's about reparations. I did see an interview with this dude. And they went about almost 20 minutes. Now, Professor Black True put this shit up. They went almost 20 minutes in the interview, before they even mentioned reparations. And it was only a 30-minute interview. If you are on the front lines of reparations, every goddamn interview need to start. What's your view on reparations? Maybe that's just me. And you know what I'm saying? You on the front lines of this shit. Right? I'm just saying, all right, but I'm going to leave that alone. Let me check my chats because I got, cool. Because I'm just like, I was only marginally aware of Mark Thompson's pro-reparations work. He was on. Now, think about this. You was only marginally, which means that you was on the outside. You really didn't even know that much about his pro-reparations work before all this shit popped off. So the question is, when they talking about reparations, why they go pull his ass up out the mothballs to talk about it? Because if that was not a regular piece on his show, because now for the last 3 years I've been watching Yvette Cornell, and the last 3 years that I've been listening to Tone Talks, every show they're talking about reparations and the reason for the shit. So I got a problem right here, man. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit high. I got to reel it in. Let me reel it in. And I'm hurting my daughter's ears. I'm sorry. All right. I was marginally aware of Mark Thompson's pro-reparation work before both him and I started being harassed by a new hashtag movement bubbling online called ADOS. At least he capitalized that shit, right? Which stands for American Descendants of Slaves. I saw him on Joanne Reed's MSNBC program being described as a member of the National African American Reparations Commission, NARC. That's not a good name for the black community. I'm just saying. Due to his research and support of the concept of reparations for African Americans who are descended from enslaved people. Now, family, let's get to this. This is what I mean by passing on the baton, right? Y'all did your work. Y'all kept the idea of reparations alive. Now you got these young folks coming in, these young warriors coming in. Let them do the shit. And you be in an advisory position. See, listen, because we're going to get into John Conyers and the bill that's in there right now. Family, that bill has no teeth. We went through that shit on here right now. John Conyers did what he could when he could. Where he was. Recognizing where he was. And for 30 years, that shit sat there lingering. And every year he brought it up. And he should be celebrated for that. And anybody that pick up a baton after that should be celebrated for that. But we need to look at that bill and be like, boom. The young people need to look at that shit. No, take this out, add this in, boom, boom, boom. That's what they do. I'm sorry. All right. Like Mark Thompson, I've always been pro reparations. In my first solo song ever, 2000 seasons, shouts out to Kwame. That's because Kwame is on the 2000 season rant right now. He got everybody in the community getting 2000 seasons. I'm just a rebel. Can't make me get 2000 seasons. Yoda, I'm the Sith. I'm gonna read Color Purple. Now, what you got to say about that? From 1997, I rap. They call it reparations, but they call it extortion. In 2004, Kanye West, that pre-Trump Kanye, by the way, we can make it better. I rap reparations, how you calculate the amount to be paid. You try to imagine America without the slaves. I am of the belief that the African Americans absolutely deserve. I am of the belief that African Americans absolutely deserve reparations, and I worked closely throughout my career with pro-reparation community activist groups called the Malcolm X Grassroots Movement. However, none of that mattered to the woman named Yvette Carnell, a founder of the ADOS movement, when she decided to wander over to my mentions to aggressively critique me for writing what amounted to an anti-Trump tweet. The ADOS position is that we should not vote for any Democrat unless they promise to support reparations. They don't hold the GOP to the same standard, and even though Yvette Carnell used to support the Sanders campaign in 2016, she was very upset at me, implying that I like Bernie Sanders better than Donald Trump. Now, so, let's get on that. Why hold Democrats more responsible or hold Democrats to that standard? Republicans have been very clear with us that they don't give a shit about what we want. Democrats pander and talk about how is pandering talking about? I don't know. I gotta look that word up. I just felt like it fit. You know, I'm trying to extend my vocabulary. But they talk as if they want us all to grow as Americans, and they are running for the presidency. So why should the GOP already got the presidency, right? They already got their core group, and a majority of the people that are Republicans are not us. So their core group is not us. But who is the core group of the Democrats? Us. So the strategy would be ass backwards to hold the GOP to the same standards to the motherfuckers that we've been living with for the last 30 years. Don't you think? Right? I can't hold my neighbors more responsible for my household than I hold the people that I live with. right? I've been living with Democrats. So why shouldn't I hold the Democrats responsible and let them know that you will not receive my vote if you don't do what I want you to do? That's what other people do. But I'm sorry. I digress. So he tweeted out about Donald Trump. Here's the tweet. He got receipts. Hit a receipt. I support the idea of reparations, but I am more in support of a plan for reparations. Well, hold on, because I want to be clear on this, because I want y'all to see why Yvette came out, because we're going to talk about that real quick. Now, she may have been harsh about this shit, but we have to understand the warrior energy that's there, and we also have to understand what she's been talking about. And I'm going to break that shit down for you real quick so that y'all will not fall on the bullshit train here, right? And listen, Talib Kweli, dude, family, step back. Look at what the fuck going on. Look at the numbers. Look at what we may be possibly leaving 50% of our people. 50% in debt by 2053. Me and you almost my age. We on our way out of here. We owe it to our children to be aggressive about this shit. You know what I'm saying? We need to lock this shit down like those niggas used to lock the blocks down in the 80s. They was aggressive about that shit. They didn't come in playing. They ain't come in playing. So we supposed to be playing. Now I want you to listen to this tweet. And I'm going to tell you why she came off the way she did. And I'm grateful that somebody in our community does this and is funded by the community to be able to do this shit. Right? Because, all right, let me go. Let me read, because I want to read. I want y'all to hear this. And you can vote the way you want. I support the idea of reparations, but let me get through. I am more in support of a plan for reparations than I am in supporting of shouting reparations now into the void or holding my vote hostage and letting Trump win again because the candidate who can beat him doesn't see that vision. I need assistance. Fuckery alert. Fuckery alert. Batten down the hatches. A storm of bullshit is brewing. God damn it. Hold on, family. Listen. Lotion up. Put on your clothes. Put on your clothes. Hold on. Don't you do it. Real life here, Gye-Nyame journey. I am in support of the idea of reparations, but negates everything before, family. Remember that. Oh, man, somebody was online? I'm sorry. Call back in. I didn't know you was online. Uh-oh. We got our correspondents from Wazadugu in the house. See, I can say Wazadugu, but I can't remember. If I say Wazadugu, I can't remember where it's at. Where's it at?
You got it right. Huh?
Where's it at?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. Okay.
Burkina Faso.
So we got a correspondent from there. You got some comments before I go in on this real quick? Because I'm about to hit it.
I just wanted to say I agree with everything you said. And I wanted to add in, before ADOS was trending and reparations was a part of the conversation, everything was about the border. Everything was about DACA. Everything was about immigration. So ADOS put black people back on the table because before this, we weren't.
We wasn't on the table.
And we weren't. And even if they wanted to say, why are you starting? We're starting with a Democrat. We're not ending. We're starting with the Democrats. You think the Republicans aren't listening?
Oh, man.
They are.
Oh, man. You got to make an example. You don't beat up all the bullies on the block. You start with the one that's closest to you. And
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You whoop his ass, then there's a possibility that you might not have to whoop everybody else on the block. They're going to just give you your space because they don't want to possibly lose their reputation. All right, listen. So here we go, family. I support the idea of reparations, but I want to say, because see, because this is the way as ADOS we need to hear this shit. I support the idea of reparations, but that butt should be blaring, right? Because but negates everything before it. I support the idea of reparations, but so we can skip that. Let's just throw that away, and let's just take the rest of it, and let's just read it the way it should be rated. Just leave that whole first part out. I am more in support of a plan for reparations than I am in support of shouting reparations down to the void or holding my vote hostage and letting Trump win again because the candidate who can beat him doesn't see that vision. The candidate that doesn't see that vision is not worthy of our vote. Just saying. If you look at the numbers, they're not worthy of our vote. And he can't win without us. So what else are we supposed to do? Just vote for him because he don't see, you know what I'm saying? So now what we saying, it's okay that you look right past us. It's okay that you don't take our issues seriously. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I had a dog. The shit that I ignored when I was training my dog is the shit that he continued to do. We're training the Democratic Party, and we will get over to training the Republican Party, because if you want us from a certain part of the black vote, because we are going to be growing, as they say, we're coming, right? And we're growing, right? You don't train somebody by saying, okay, I understand you don't want to sit right now, but here's a treat until you sit when you decide to sit. No, sit. Now I ain't giving you a treat right now. Sit. When you training, you got to be strict with them. Family, there's no time. You know what I'm saying? Because let me ask you a question. And I got this from Pastor Timothy Clark last night. One of the young people actually said, what is the message of hope that you will give to the young people? And I don't remember the whole message. But he said, what I picked up, we've been here before. This is not the first time that we had somebody like Donald Trump in the White House.
That's true.
So, far as black people, how much worse can the great pumpkin make our life if he in there another 4 years? Really? Nigga, I survived Ronald Reagan and Bush right after that. Trump ain't got nothing for me. Nothing. And we have to be clear about that. Sometimes it's better to stand up. Say it again, Sasha. To stand up for yourself so that everybody knows. Listen, we don't want to mess with them. We need them. We need them on our side. When you have true allies, right? And see, and family, we have to understand this, because I was listening to Dr. Amos Wilson the other day, and listen, Dr. Amos Wilson was light years ahead of thank the ancestors. Listen, he said, listen, a lot of y'all act as if we're married to the Democratic Party. Family, nations, and in politics, we don't have permanent allies. I can't remember what he said. We got permanent ideals, but we're acting like we don't fall in love as groups with other groups. We keep to our interest. That was his word. To our interest. Mm-hmm. And the Democratic Party is no longer serving our interests. They're cutting our interests up. They're baking the pie and telling us what piece we need to take. We need to be controlling the pie and controlling the distribution. I'm trying to tell you, it's nothing but in history there has never been any change unless there was a stubborn minority. It was never the majority or the large group of people who agreed with something that changed something. It was the stubborn minority. And that's exactly what we have. And for us to let this time in history pass us by, we will be betraying our ancestors, and we are going to be betraying our children. And we can't do that. I don't give a fuck how many good rap songs an individual got. And let's get back to the point of why Yvette Carnell, because I'm going to read what she said. But let me be very clear. One of the first things that I picked up, because when I first started listening to her, she was kind of, matter of fact, my wife was like, you got to get that bitch up out of here. You can't listen to her around me. You know, first off, my wife is from Ghana. So at the certain time when my wife started hearing it, she was going in on immigration, going in on immigrants and shit, right? And I'm listening to her, I'm like, damn, she mad. All right, but let me tune back in. Whoa. And then I started listening to the figures, and I started looking it up myself. I said, damn, she ain't make that shit up. And it started making sense. But then one of the first things that really caught me is when Tone Talks came on and started talking about this decadent veil, where, in a sense, our entertainers and those individuals that are making large amounts of money are being paraded in front of us to convince us that the life that we're living is the way it's supposed to be because you're not working hard enough. It's not the system, it's you. You fucking failure. It's you. Not everything that's going on around you, not the environment that you are in, not the system that has been set up, not the fact that your ancestors were not able to leave you inheritance. It's you. And I said, decadent veil, wow. And our entertainers are set up as individuals to make us feel satisfied with what we have, because the only reason that we don't have more is because you just a failure. Family, please. We got to understand this is the message that's going out. So when Yvette comes back at him, she's coming back at him, one, because she know the numbers, two, because she and Tone are dead set on this decadent veil, because these individuals have a lot of influence. So when he tweets, it's different than you tweeting. It's different than your neighbor tweeting. It's an influence tweet. It's a tweet that carries weight. It's people that listen to this man. It's people that this man has possibly through his lyrics changed their whole life. And when he tweets, it means something. And if he's disconnected from what his people is going through because of his success, then he's not serving the people by tweeting. His feelings, nigga, you can't feel when you in that position, it's almost like we got to give our athletes and our artists a lesson. You don't have the right to just, in a sense, feel and throw that shit out, because you're going to affect millions of people. Hell with Charles Barkley and his whole, because we done fell into that. I'm nobody's role model. That's some bullshit. Get your ass up off of TV then. Give up your money then. You don't have to, it's almost like it's hard to put in words. I'm sorry, fam. I'm getting hot. I'm sweating and shit. I'm getting old. So this is a tweet that Yvette hit him with. This is a problem with black celebrity. She started off with the decadent veil. See, he don't understand the language, and a lot of people don't understand the language. This is the problem with black celebrity. Loud and wrong. I don't know why we should be concerned with what you think anyway. ADOS life is imploding, and you absolutely, and my fault, and you obviously don't understand what the data suggests about the need and the urgencies of reparations movement program. Now, family, what we need and what y'all need to understand is that it's going to take an aggressive energy to push this shit through. See, it's almost to a point in my life where I'm one of those that's like, dude, I just wish they would just be real about it. Really. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all that get uncomfortable and scared, you know what I'm saying? Because we could continue playing this patty cake game, or they could come at us for real. I want them to come at us for real. Boom. I need to know my real allies. Come at us for real. You do not know the urgency. She's coming from a sense of urgency. She's coming from a sense of looking at these numbers and understanding where we are. If you haven't looked at the numbers, look at it. Family, it's no time for playing on. We spent 30 years cleaning up, putting on the suits and ties, practicing politics of getting along and building allies. And that shit, we have 3% of the wealth. We done did everything that they have subscribed for success in America, but we don't have it. And yet, and still, we are still supposed to practice a politics where we are more concerned about other people's than ourselves. Family, I'm going to suggest this because one of the brothers at the thing last night in his speech did a whole thing, and at the end of his little speech it was about others. You know what I'm saying? It's service to others. But family, the others that you are supposed to serve first are in your tribe.
Sure.
Y'all get it all mixed up. Even in practicing Christianity, y'all need to understand that when Jesus first came, he was trying to get his first. After he passed, that's when they start getting everybody. But when he came for his. For you to strive to get everybody else is treason. You don't understand that? That's very dangerous. To try to save somebody before you save yourself. That's dangerous. That's suicide. I'm sorry. I might not even be able to finish this, man. Kimberly says, as a result of his inflammatory language, we have no need for him. Hold on. Miss Kimberly Sambo said he is using keywords to link ADOS to violence. I want y'all to check that out. As a result of his inflammatory language. Is this you, Kimberly Sambo? That's you?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No. Are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube?
I think so, yeah. YouTube was working better than Facebook for me.
I mean, are you Kimberly Sambo?
Yeah, that's my married name is Sambu.
Oh my God! Okay, I'm sitting up here reading her. As a result of his inflammatory language, we have no need for him. You know what I'm saying? Quality, why, man? Why? And then on top of that, you dropped the article usually you be right on beat. You drop this article right after Cornel West go up and basically break down for the world to see the legitimacy of ADOS. What? You all off beat. They get on beat. Oh man, I'm sorry. Now he says, I was taken aback when I received such a vile personal attack. Now first off, let's read this. This is the problem with black celebrity. Loud and wrong. I don't know why we should be concerned with what you think anyway. ADOS life is imploding. Now, if she actually believes that our lives are imploding, is this the wrong energy to come with? Huh?
No, I mean her energy was appropriate. I think her energy in this case, she has that, that pit bull in her.
Oh, man.
Go after you. She can do that. In this case, it was appropriate. And she was even kind of soft on him compared to the way she's been
to other people.
Some others.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Loud and wrong. I mean, she didn't insult him. She didn't say loud and stupid.
She showed that.
Loud and wrong is not stupid.
Oh, you don't know enough to talk about this. That's one of her things too. You don't know enough. By what right can you say this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because listen, but my whole piece is, if she honestly believed that her life and the life of her family, the life of her tribe is imploding, is it wrong for her to come like this? And then I'm gonna have to. I need to. I don't want to get on. I'm gonna finish this real quick, and we might have to finish this out tomorrow because I need to go get my nephew. But I might need to do something about Dr. Boyce Watkins.
You don't touch that.
And it's not because it's been burning at me.
I'm curious why. I mean, I understand Boyce Watkins.
I understand Boyce Watkins too. But they had a big falling out. And not even about that. I mean, because
you know what?
Go ahead, because I'm gonna tell you why.
Can I give you my opinion on Boyce Watkins? Do you know what this is my theory. I've been a part of, what is this, Your Black World?
Right.
And I was actually in his first group of the boot camp. I did the Black World boot camp. I was the first group to do it. That was like $150 a few years ago. I think it's 2015. And Boyce Watkins used to actually talk a little bit more about black empowerment, about things that happen to black people. When that girl in Texas was getting to that, they were at that pool party, and that police officer flipped her over.
Right.
He went ham on that. And, there's some things he really went in. Do you know when he pivoted? Boyce Watkins pivoted when those police officers were killed in Dallas. That's when I saw him pivot. When those police officers were killed in Dallas, the FBI came to him because the guy who did that sent Boyce Watkins an email saying what he was going to do, but in kind of a very abstract wording. When the FBI went through the boy's email, he saw that. And they went to Boyce Watkins. And then Boyce Watkins did a few videos talking about how the FBI was outside of his window and all this stuff. He even showed cars that were following him. And then after that, he went to Guyana, and he stayed in Guyana for like 6 months.
Oh, that's what that was about. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, and
like the FBI can't get you down there. That's like the FBI, there.
Yeah, and that's when I noticed he went straight economics. Straight. He even was with, you probably know the guy, Urema. Because that's how I found out about you. You were on a video with Urema Karima.
Right. He's not with him either.
That's how I learned. He was with him. That guy also sent Urema Karima an email. And the police went after Urema Karima. Also, the FBI came to him. The FBI also came to Tariq. This guy sent emails to Tariq. The FBI came to Tariq Nasheed also. But Boyce Watkins, when I saw him on TV and on YouTube, and he was talking about it, I was like, he's scared.
He what?
And that's when he hit it.
Now,
that's my theory. That's when he made the change and went straight economic.
I ain't even gonna talk about the pivot. See, because I wasn't even privy to all that. What I'm talking about is this soft shoeing around him and other people that becomes very confusing for listeners, because either you like this motherfucker in some cases or you don't. He, like, for example, he did the video on this article and took the first 40 minutes to go in on Yvette and Tone and how they don't have no right to do the piece and bring it up and did exactly what Talib Kweli was doing. I seen them do the same shit with Umar Johnson, whether you agree with him or not, or other people. Well, you know, I like him, but I really don't like him. And then he go in, and then it's like, well, you know, I work with, you know what I'm saying?
No, he does that.
That's that. And what that is, that's called bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying?
You're
it's
right.
like,
no, you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? And because I can understand being scared and pivoting. I can understand that. But just come out and say what the fuck you gonna say. I mean, you know, and even, like, for example, if you gonna come out against, you know, because he did this whole piece and it's like, come on, man. I mean, I hear you, but then I can't hear you because you're not just coming straight out with it. You know what I'm saying? I really like a vet.
He does that.
I really like a vet, and you know, but I don't want to do those type of. I don't want to do those type of videos because he does play a role in where we moving. He plays a role, but
he does.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to discount that. But bro, he got to come off. You got to. If you going after somebody, go, you know, get them. Fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or leave it alone. Move on. Like, I honestly believe Talib Kweli, you could have moved on. You could have re-linked up with them later. You could have set up a meeting and probably met with her and Tone. You know what I'm saying? You got that type of clout. Wait, hold on. What's going on? Why your people coming at me like this? You in Atlanta to do shows. We know this. You in California. You could, you know what I'm saying? Hell, the ADOS conference is coming. You could have popped up there and had discussions and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, for me, you know, there's a lot of fans of Talib Kweli that's ADOS that I'm not going to let nobody, if I'm in a room and Talib is just trying to share his ideas, his thoughts, you ain't going to jump on him. I'm going to give a fuck whether I agree with him or not. This hip hop. That's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna, but you know what I'm saying? But this shit right here, this is how boys come at people. And I'm just like, you know, I'm gonna leave that alone. You know.
No, you're right.
What? Miss Sheila Sales? What? How you doing? Great Kuumba to you. All right, now. Let me try to get through this article because I gotta go. Family, we're going to finish this up tomorrow. I'm gonna try to bring back the energy tomorrow, and I don't have to go nowhere tomorrow. So I'm going to come both guns blazing. Maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this family, he just misguided and shit, but he wrong. He wrong for this shit. Right here. He wrong for this shit. This is personal. He hurt. You should have inboxed her. You know what I'm saying? Don't come out just saying the whole movement is what do you call it? Trash. The fuck? And I gotta ask the question, did you really write this shit, bro? I really gotta ask the question, did you really write this shit? Or did somebody write and you allowed them to put your name on it because you didn't think it was, you know, you thought it was all bots. You still caught up in that shit that this is all bots. All right. But yo, family, I want to thank you for joining the journey. We will continue the conversation tomorrow. Lines will be open tomorrow. We're going to do our toast and we're moving straight into the discussion. We got enough room for as many people that want to get on discussion. Y'all call your friends because I'm about to go in on this shit tomorrow because we need to really talk about this. And then those of you in Columbus, I need to get you activated, right? Family, we need to start securing seats on city council. After that, we'll talk about the next move after that. We need to start talking about getting people to run as independents for the seats of city council. I want to get it up to a point where we're so confident about it that we put somebody in that motherfucker and paint one of those chairs red, black, and green. I don't give a fuck. Right? You know, because it's time for us to start, We got the festivals popping. Festivals been popping off for last, since Nomo's time. Now they passed the baton. We running with it. We got the Malcolm X Fest coming up. We got the monthly mall popping off, and we got the market day popping off. Boom. You know what I'm saying? We got Kwanzaa going real strong. They meeting already, getting everything together right now. I got to get back into the circle so that I can go and do it. Also, we got Per tomorrow. I don't know the time. I'm going to try to send out a text today when I get to the school to have our meeting today. Right? So, family, we're going to be having Per. So there's a lot of stuff popping off. We got the trip next week. We still got room. Family, don't miss it. We're going to have a good time. We're going up there, young people, old people. We're going up there as a serious tribe, right? We're going up there. And if there's any family in Detroit that want to come out and greet Gye-Nyame Journey, you know what I'm saying? Go on, let us know. Because I know some of y'all listening on the slide. There's a few of y'all out there that's listening on the slide. Come on out. We're going to be at the African American Museum. I can't remember the name of it, right? And now I'm gonna have my kids with assignments on this shit. You certain things you gonna have to come out with, because you get a discount on count of the village. You know what I'm saying? On count of the tribe you belong to. You know what I'm saying? We done raised this dough. We've been working. We've been doing these events and shit. We've been raising money. We've been paying dues, and now we able to get a bus. You going up here and doing some goddamn work. Yeah, look at them waxes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you about to do some work. Right? Family, so come on out. Help support. Maybe you might be able to create some of the questions and some of the stuff that they need to go around and take notes on. Some of the pictures they need to take. You know what I'm saying? Because this definitely going in the newsletter. All right, family. This is Brother Hatim. Once again, I want to remind you, this is the Congregation of the Mighty, and where your hustle builds muscle. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Symbol production, and we have did another daily toast. And you know we strive to blow up your old paradigm. I'm going to crush another glass of that ambrosia. Nice and dry. Shouts out to all those family members that support G&J and that ambrosia. Hot damn. I got the energy to make it through the day. I'm out.